Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. Welcome to episode 33 of Hashtag Friday Sews. A big thank you to Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, as always, for creating the hashtag. So, what have I been doing in the sewing room? Well, you know what? It's done. My Chilton trench coat by Cashmerette is finished. Yes. So Monday night, so on the 31st, I sewed on the buttons and then tried it on, and it is so good. I'm so happy with my trench coat. Um, it's not perfect. I don't want you to think that this was an easy sew and that it's, without its flaws, but I really enjoyed sewing this. It fits. It is looking pretty good. And yeah, I mean, I will be filming a full pattern review of my Chilton um, very soon. I'm hoping to put this out in a couple of weeks at the very latest. So yeah, I'll talk all about the adjustments I made, the fabric I used, some of the things that tripped me up, um, where I needed to take my seam ripper out. And yeah, basically just tell you all about my adventures sewing the Chilton. So I'm super pleased that that's finally a done. Um, After filming last week's Friday sews, I was in the mood to continue sewing or to sew some more. So I took out the pouch pattern that Adam Sews designed, and I made myself a little pencil pouch or a pouch. And I'm basically keeping all of my marking tools in that pouch. It's the perfect size for all of my chalk markers and my pencils. Yeah, I love this little pouch. And it was basically a practice pouch, if you will, because there will be a lot of those, I think, sewn up for Christmas gifts. So 2 finishes this week, 1 little pouch and my trench coat, and I'm going to call that very, very successful. I also started prepping or planning my November makes. So I did publish a video earlier this week to talk to you all about my plans for November. And then I got started cutting a couple of them. So I've got a Blackwood cardigan all cut and ready to sew. I've got an unwind sweater for my daughter. Almost cut. I ran out of the fabric I wanted to use. I just don't have enough for the cuffs and the hemband and the neckband. So I'm going to have to find some ribbing in my stash to finish cutting that one, but it's almost finished cutting. I also pre-washed a bunch of fabric, one of which is going to be pajama bottoms for my son-in-law. So yeah, so um, I've got 3 projects on the go at the minute, and I think that's pretty much it as far as getting things done in the sewing room this week. I'm also in the planning stages or getting ready for the November challenge run by Adam from Adam Sews and Allison from Sew Like Dottie. So a gift to November. That's running all month long. There's going to be a vlog tour, which with a bunch of vloggers. I think there's 1 or 2 every single day. Allison and Adam posted videos to basically launch the challenge, and I'm going to link to those 2 videos below. But my day on the tour is November 21st, and like I said, I think I said that in my November plans video, I'm going to be publishing a tutorial to make a mug rug. Now, a couple of people have asked me what a mug rug is. Well, it's something like this. So it's not a coaster, because a coaster is more like this size where, 1 glass is going to fit. A mug rug is like a little bit bigger than that so that you can put a mug, like a coffee mug or a tea mug on it, but also you have room for a snack of some kind. So cookies, a muffin maybe. So yeah, so this is a mug rug. Now my tutorial is going to be not exactly this design. I'm planning to make like a seasonal design, so have something festive to share with you guys, and I'm really, really excited. I started mocking up some designs and trying to figure out how we could easily piece those together. But yeah, mug rugs are so much fun to make, and they're amazing little gifts. You can basically make like a little package out of them with the rug, the mug, and some kind of treat. So, yes, so I've been working on that and I can't wait to share. Life has been very, 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 very busy this week. I'm back at work this week, and it's been crazy. I'm in the middle of recruiting for a new team member, so it's been interviewing and talking to HR, and yeah, it's just been a really, really crazy week. So yeah, not much else besides work and a little bit of sewing has happened this week. We had a very quiet Halloween like we always do. I don't dress up, neither does hubby, and we typically don't open the door for trick-or-treaters. There aren't that many in my neighborhood anyways, so yeah, we don't buy anything. We did get a visit from two of our grandkids, so Spider-Man and Elsa visited, came over for dinner on Monday, so that was really nice. But that was pretty much it in terms of life. It's just been work and yeah, not much else. Now, I haven't been doing the question of the week for the last little while. No reason, really. I just kept forgetting. But Jen, our fearless leader, basically posted a few questions for November that we can share with you guys. So the question this week is, what is your favorite pattern company? So I thought about this because if you've been following me for a while, you know, I don't use Big Four, so that's definitely a no. And I tend to use the same companies a lot. So I think my top three would be Cashmerette at the top. Um, I just love their patterns. I love that they design for curves or they draft for curves. I love that all of the FBA is done for me. Their block fits me well. I have to do minimal adjustments, sometimes for the length because I'm a tiny bit shorter than the size they draft for. But overall, Cashmerette is good, very good. And that's probably why I'm a member of their club. Yeah, you get one free pattern every month. And so far, I've liked every single one of them. The one that came out this month on November 1st, I'm not a huge fan, but everything else has been really, really good. So definitely my favorite is Cashmerette. Number two is probably Itch to Stitch. Itch to Stitch is like they have basic patterns with a twist. So it's nothing super fancy. It's, you know, your basic top with maybe an interesting sleeve detail or a basic top with an interesting neckline. So it's, yeah, basic with a twist. Again, their block just seems to fit me with minimal adjustments. And I love that in Itch to Stitch patterns, I make a size 18 all the way down. So 18 at the bust, waist, and hips. And they fit. Itch to Stitch instructions are very, very good, very clear. She uses illustrations, which for me are just easier to understand. Yeah, they're just very good patterns. And number 3 would be Love Notions. Love Notions is everyday simple patterns. So simple t-shirts, simple hoodies, simple sweatshirts, jogger style pants. Simple. Like in November, I plan on making a coat for myself, and I'm using a Love Notions pattern, the Octave coat. And again, it's a pretty basic coat patterns. It has one button for a closure. Yeah, it's a simple shape, just a belt. So yeah, so it's everyday patterns. And right now, the lifestyle I have and the fact that I'm working from home, I don't really have any fancy events to go to. Those 3 companies fulfill pretty much all of my needs in terms of what I need to make and what I like to wear. So I tend to gravitate towards Cashmerette, Itch to Stitch, and Love Notions the most. I have dabbled with other pattern companies. I've tried Closet Core. I've tried Pattern Emporium. I've tried By Hand London. And I've not had as much success with those companies. There's just a lot more adjustments I need to make. And I don't have a whole lot of time for sewing. So when I find a company or a block that seems to fit me without too many headaches, I just prefer doing that. So I realize that doesn't, like I keep going back and forth on that. So do I keep making patterns that are TNTs for me from companies I love? Or should I branch out a little bit, be a little more adventurous and try new companies and new garment styles and so on and so on? I realize that for, to keep the content interesting on the channel, I can't keep making the same thing, obviously. But at the end of it, I'm spending money on the patterns, I'm spending money on the fabric, I'm spending a lot of time making the thing. Like I want it to fit and I want it to be something I like. So yeah, I think there are ways for me to learn new skills and stay motivated and interested in this craft, and still get a reliable fit and still get garments that I love to wear. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Like, what are your favorite pattern companies and why? Like, what is it that you keep going back to those companies for? And how do you feel about TNTs and, venturing out with new patterns and new pattern companies? Or are you more of a TNT type of sewist? I would love to know. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for me this week. I hope you've had a great week. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Thanks for stopping by. Please leave a like on your way out if you like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. I just went over 800 subscribers this week. I cannot thank you enough for coming back video after video, and for all of you who pressed the subscribe button recently, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy what you see. So thanks again, and I will see you soon.